Okay, give a heading, budgetary deficits. This is again very important concept. So here we will discuss about fiscal deficit, revenue deficit and everything. Budget deficit as a concept is not that relevant now. Fiscal deficit is more important. So first one you can write anyway as a formality. We will discuss about budget deficit. It is the, just write one line. It is the excess of total expenditure. It is the excess of total expenditure over total receipts. It is the excess of total expenditure over total receipts of the government. Okay, so it is the excess of total expenditure minus total receipts. So that is what budget deficit. Okay, so just complete it. It is the excess of total expenditure over total receipts of the government except internal borrowings. In bracket you write except internal borrowings during financial year. Except internal borrowings during a financial year. Okay, so here you write this total expenditure minus total receipts. Okay, see earlier there was a concept of this ad hoc treasury bills. Ad hoc treasury bills for 91 days. Okay, so this is basically what you mean by the internal borrowings from RBI, and now it is abolished. Okay, so ad hoc treasury bills means these are nothing but the short-term government bonds only. Just write what you mean by this ad hoc treasury bills. These are special type of treasury bills. These are special type of treasury bills, in bracket short term, or you can also write 91 days government bonds. 91 days government bonds issued by government. 91 days government bonds issued by government to the central bank or RBI, to the central bank or RBI for temporary borrowings, to cover the time lag between its receipts and expenditure. Okay, so now it is not there, ways and means advances there. I am coming to ways and means advances, but here the logic is like this. Let's say if you talk about quarter one itself. Okay, so if you see receipts and expenditure, so let's say in the first quarter, April month, the receipts may be the total expenditure planned is let's say 100 crore and receipts also 100 crore. So here, is there any deficit here? Actually there is no deficit, right? So this quarter planned is receipts is 100 crore and expenditure is also 100 crore. Okay, so here what will happen is, let's say receipts in the month of April is 10 crore, but expenditure in the month of April is 50 crore. So there is a mismatch here. Then in the month of May, let's say 20 crore receipt and expenditure is 30 crore. So here also there is a mismatch, you can see, but it can be compensated in the month of June, right? You will get 70 crore and expenditure will be 20 crore. So ultimately if you see here 100 only, but to meet this gap, that you will borrow from the RBI. That is what actually, and that is why this is one quarter, right? 90 days. That is why 91 days bonds is actually issued. So just write one line there, the problem, what actually happened. Just write the government used ad hoc treasury bills for permanent borrowings which was leading to unintentional monetization of deficit. Monetization of deficit, you will see this term again and again. Monetization of deficit, monetized deficit, etc. What do you mean by this? This is nothing but printing of currency. What is that? Deficit financing. Okay, so what we are writing, leading to unintentional monetization of deficit. In bracket you can write printing of currency or deficit financing. So it was abandoned in 1997. It was abandoned in 1997. Okay, in 1997, you can write in 1997, ways and means advances. Ways and means advances instead of this. So just write ways and means advances. Under that, under WMA, one line you write, under WMA, RBI provides short-term loans. Here you need to make it clear that RBI give loan. Loan means it has to be paid back. Earlier, just keep on printing currency. Okay, so that led to deficit financing. So here there is no such concept. RBI gives short-term loan to the government, to the central and state government, to the central and state government, both. Okay, all these things has to be underlined, and these can be asked in options. Central and state governments to enable them to overcome temporary mismatch between their receipts and expenditures. So in case if there is a mismatch between receipts and expenditure, ways and means advances. One more line you can write, it is a type of overdraft facility. It is a type of overdraft facility. That means you can borrow at any time, but there is a limit which is fixed and you need to pay it back. That is what you mean by overdraft facility. So it is a very important fiscal reform actually. When we discuss about fiscal reform, I'll discuss this point again also. This is a very important fiscal reform. Why? Because this printing of currency is actually no more, right? So no printing of money now for meeting the deficit. So earlier it was related to printing of currency. Okay, so we will stop here today. Monday we will talk about fiscal deficit and then we will continue this discussion.